Okay, this is the WJC Linear Examination, Paper 1 at the Foundation tier for June 2014, and this is question 2. Now it says, each of the digits 5, 2, 6 and 7 is used once to make a 4-digit number. It says, what is the largest number that can be made? Now if you're making a 4-digit number, it's going to go into the thousands. To make the largest possible number, you want the largest number in the thousands column. So the largest number there is 7. The next column will be your hundreds column, and again you want the largest possible number. 6, 5 and 2 are remaining, so we'll put 6 in. The tens, again we use the largest possible number, which would be 5 tens, and then we have the 2 left over. So the largest number is 7,652. It says, what is the smallest even number that can be made? Now we have to be careful with this one because it wants an even number. We need to think more carefully about where we position the digits. An even number would have to end in 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. We have a 2 and a 6, so our number has to end in a 2 or a 6. So we need to bear that in mind. Now we need to make the smallest even number. So we've got these 4 digits. We need to think carefully about where to put them. And we need a small number. So ideally, we want to put the smallest number possible in our thousands column. Now the smallest number we've got is the 2. Now we can use the 2 because that will still leave us with the 6 to keep our number even in the units column. So we'll put the 2 there, which means we have to put the 6 there. So our number is an even number. Now we're still trying to make the smallest possible even number. So we've got the 5 and the 7 left. So we could have 2,756, or we could have 2,576. We want 576, as that will give us the smallest possible number. Right, 2b is all about calculations. So find the value of each of the following. So you've just got to work these out. Now these multiplying decimals questions can look a little confusing with the decimal points, but just think about what you know. Okay, you can see a 2 and a 3 there that are being multiplied together, so you know your answer is going to have a 6 in it somewhere. The question is really, where is the decimal point going to end up? Write down something you know. I know that 2 times 0.3, 2 lots of 0.3, 0.3 and 0.3 would give me 0.6. Okay, but that's not the question. The question is 0.2 times 0.3. Okay, so think about how the question has changed. Okay, this 2 has been divided by 10. Okay, it's got smaller. That means that your answer needs to get 10 times smaller as well. So it's 0.06 is the answer. This question, 6.2 subtract 3.28. Don't be put off by the fact that there's different number of digits after the decimal point. You might find it easiest to lay it out as a written calculation like this. You might have a different method, and that's okay too. Here we are. Now, if you're going to do it this way, you need something here to fill this gap. So we'll put a 0 in because 6.2 is exactly the same as 6.20. I can't subtract 8 from 0, so I'm going to take one off there and pop it there. 10 subtract 8 is 2. 1 subtract 2, again, I can't do that, so I'm going to do that there. Right, so 11 subtract 2 is 9. Make sure your decimal points line up on questions like this. 5 subtract 3 is 2, giving us an answer of 2.92. Part C is estimate the value of 2.9 multiplied by 98.2. Now the key thing here is this word, estimate. It's not asking you to work out the full answer. What it's asking you to do is estimate. So you need to look at this and think, right, how can I make this simpler? 2.9, what's that close to? It's close to 3. 98.2 is close to 100. I could just do 3 multiplied by 100 and that would tell me that the answer is close to 300. Now that you've seen how to answer these, have a go at these questions. Pause the video, get some paper, jot down some answers, and then when you're ready to check them, press play again. Okay, the digits 2, 7, 9 and 3 are used to make a 4-digit number. What's the largest odd number that can be made? So we want a 4-digit number. We want it to be odd. That means it will need to end in a 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. We have a 7, 9 and a 3. Now so one of those is going to have to go in that units column. We're aiming to make the largest possible odd number. So I want to put my largest number in my thousands column ideally. I can put my 9 in my thousands column because I'd still be able to put my 7 and my 3 here to keep my number odd. I'm still trying to make a really big number because I have to make the largest odd number. My next largest digit is the 7. I can still use that 7 because my 3 will still be able to be used there, which means that my 2 is here and the largest possible odd number is 9,723. This question, calculate 0.8 multiplied by 0.4. If you remember, we think about what facts we know. We know 8 4s are 32. Now, how is this changing? 8 lots of 0.4 would be 0.4 add 0.4 add 0.4 add 0.4. It's going to be 3.2. Okay. The question's changed from 8 times 4 because the 4 has become 10 times smaller. So our answer becomes 10 times smaller. If I want to make my 8 10 times smaller as well, so I've got 0.8 times 0.4, okay, this question, the answer is going to be 10 times smaller. So the answer is 0.32. 5.7, add 0.634. You can just write this out, 5.72, sorry, there we are, 0.634. Ensure your decimal points, your tenths, your hundredths are in line. We don't have a number in the thousandths here, so I'm just going to put 0. 0 add 4 is 4. 2 add 3 is 5. 7 tenths plus 6 tenths is 13 tenths. Put your decimal point in line. 5 units, 0 units, 1 unit, 6.354. And then this last one, showing all your working, find an estimate, they've even put it in bold for you to remind you, for the value 98.6 multiplied by 19.2. Remember, we try and make the numbers as easy as possible. So 98 is 0.6 is close to 100, 19.2 is close to 20, and 100 multiplied by 20 gives us an answer of 2000.